And welcome to the Magubus Forest Marathon 20-kilometer virtual race briefing. It's really an honor for us to have you run this race, and we really hope that you will have an incredible time on the trails with family and friends, and just an incredible weekend in general in Magubus Kloof. It looks like it will be a bit cold and wet with this cold front moving through the country at the moment. So yeah, pack for 4 seasons. And definitely don't forget to pack something warm and something to keep you dry. The purpose of this virtual race briefing is just to communicate a few important points that we haven't done so far, and to just highlight a few things that you really need to take note of. And yeah, we're not going to completely redo a complete run through of the route like we did in some of our previous videos. Those are still on YouTube, and you can still go and look at them to see the fly through of the route as well. So we're quickly going to touch on registration, shuttle logistics, weather forecasts, the race info, specific race info, then also touch on the aid stations, the compulsory gear, and then also the emergency numbers that we need you to take down for the event. So if we quickly look at registration, guys, so by now you should know that it's on the Saturday the 19th of March, and we want to encourage all the 20-kilometer runners to try and get to registration between 4 and 6. So we just want to spread it out a bit. So yeah, if you're running the 20, please try and be there between 4 and 6. This is not like set in stone, but if we can get the bulk of the 20k runners through in that time, that'll be great. And then remember, it's in the Dikkie Dag Hall at the Magubus Kloof Hotel. Guys, and then we just want to really encourage you as well to complete your pre-race medical screening, your COVID screening, and your indemnity before you arrive at race registration, please. This will make sure that race registration goes fast and smooth for you, and also help us to avoid any bottlenecks and delays and queues and so on. All right, if we quickly look at the shuttle logistics, is really important point that we just want to communicate to you and make sure that you take note of. So all the shuttles for the 20-kilometer will leave from the Krabbefontein parking area. So we will share the location with you just now, but yeah, please take note that the 20-kilometer shuttles will not leave from the Magubus Kloof Dam. It will move from the Krabbefontein parking area. It's not really something that you can Google. So you need to scan the location that we've provided on the next page. We'll show that to you, but please just take a note of this. And then also we want to encourage you to be at the parking 10 minutes early before your shuttle time departure. Actually, if you can even be there early, a little bit earlier, to make sure that you avoid traffic and congestion, that you get a parking, and that you are basically ready to get onto your shuttle by the time your shuttle arrives. And then also, guys, we want to really encourage you to please fill your cars with friends. We know a lot of you are coming in groups, and we want to ask you, fill your cars when you're heading to the shuttle parking area. Don't rock up there in your own car. Fill your car with friends, and make sure that you've got a car filled to capacity. This is just to save some parking space and for us to make sure that we have enough space. And then this is the QR code for the Krabbefontein parking location. So if you scan this, what we would suggest is that you scan that, and then that you open that in Google Maps, and then save that on your Google Maps. Like, save it as a location that you literally can just open it and navigate to it on Sunday, on the race day. So please do that as well. And then the weather forecast so far for this weekend does look quite wet and muddy. So there is a cold front currently moving up through the country. So there's a lot of rain expected earlier in the week, from Tuesday to Thursday, basically. Then it will clear slightly in terms of active rain over the weekend, but it will still probably be a bit wet, cold, and misty. So the current temperatures also look quite chilly, and it's not expected to really go higher into the 20s, but actually rather stay around the 16 to 21 degree mark. So yeah, please make sure that you're also prepared for a bit of cold, wet, and misty weather. If we quickly look at the race info, the specifics about the route and the profile, we've run this through on our previous videos where we've focused on the route itself. So your start time will be 9 a.m. and the distance will be roughly 19.5 k's, and your vertical gain will be about 850 meters. And then also you will have 2 aid stations on the 20k route, even though the second aid station is really just a little support point and not a massive aid station as such. We don't think you'll really need a aid station so much, the second one really, if you are filled up basically and ready again after aid station 1. Yeah, you'll probably be flying through the second one and won't really need to stop there. Yeah, so guys, if we look at the route marking, we just also want to bring a few things under your attention as to how we will mark the route. So there's 2 things that you need to look out for. It's this kilometer stick that we're talking about. It's basically a little stick in the ground with some tape around it, indicating which distance routes is basically on that area, or basically the route that you are on. So they will be spaced out every kilometer, and then there will also be other markers, route markers, that will be basically spread out every 300 to 500 meters on the route. And then on the 20 kilometer race is basically the green route. So you want to look for the green markings on the kilometer stick. So as long as you see green tape on the kilometer stick, you know that you are on the correct route. I'll explain a bit further here. So the kilometer stick is here on the left, and you'll see it's basically just a wooden stick, and it'll have markings on them. So if you see green tape around the stick, you know that you are on the 20 kilometer route. So you basically just want to look for that, and then also you'll also keep an eye out for the route markers that will be basically this little markers in the trees, and it will either be like have a yellow, orange lint or like danger tape attached to it, and that'll be about every 300 to 500 meters. All right, guys, so moving into the aid stations. On the 20 kilometer route, you will have basically those 2 stations that we talked about. The first one will be at Woodbush at 10 kilometers. That will really be your main aid station. And then also there will be like a quick stopover if you want at the Hoek Split again after 16.5 kilometers. So at the aid stations, we'll have water, Coke, jelly sweets, bananas. Guys, and that is it. We're not there to provide your energy needs, guys. This is a trail race, and we really want you and need you to provide for basically the majority of your energy needs. So please make sure that you have enough food, enough bars, gels, etc., that you will need to actually fuel for the race. So yeah, please just make sure that you take note of that. And then also, guys, we just want to encourage you, make sure that you check in at the aid stations. A marshal will be there to actually check your number. So please make sure that you actually basically not sign in, but check in with the marshal, and that they actually take your number as you get into the aid station. That is just for us to know who went into an aid station and actually who went out of it, that we can locate runners a bit easier if should they get lost. And then also, guys, just a reminder of the compulsory gear. I think for this weekend, really important to not compromise on this, guys. You need a waterproof jacket. It's going to be cold and wet, so you need to be able to keep yourself dry, and you also need a your long sleeve thermals, guys. It is extremely important that you are able to keep yourself dry and warm should you have the need to do so. So yeah, please have a look at the compulsory gear again, and please do not compromise on this, guys. If you do so, it'll be 100% on your own risk, and yeah, we do not advise anyone to actually leave any of these out, and that's why they are the compulsory gear. We also need you to take down these emergency numbers. So these are 3 numbers that you will be able to contact on race day, guys, if anything goes wrong, or if you feel that you need assistance. So please feel free to phone any one of these numbers. You should have signal on most parts of the route. So please save them on your phone. Make sure that you have access to these numbers on race day, should there be an emergency that you need to inform us about. Yeah, guys, and that's it. So yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you guys. Really super privileged and honored to have each and every one of you running the Magubas Forest Marathon, and we really truly hope that it will be a fantastic experience, that it will be good time with you and your family. We already can see that it's going to be like a fireplace, nice and cozy weather, definitely as well. So it's going to be a true Magubaskloof experience, and we really hope that you enjoy it. Awesome. Thanks, guys.